Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. I'm moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I'm complete. Secretly in prayer, gotta keep it real discreet. All the verses they don't write on God breathe. Yeah. Christ. Only got one life.
Hey, everybody.
Y'all know what time it is.
Come on, y'all know what day it is.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, but not just any old Wednesday.
Oh no, it's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. Come on in, y'all.
Hey, well, blessings to you, everybody. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about pros, cons, and pitfalls of partnership today. Specifically speaking, that partnership is great until it ain't. And so let's talk about it a little bit more and just be able to discover a few things on partnership. We love partnership.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Joy aren't just partners in love.
Yeah.
And partners in our marriage.
We partners in business.
We are partners in business. Yep. And we are people who not just talk about working together. We real life walk this walk together.
We actually do.
In everything. And you might think it's easy, but it ain't nearly as easy as maybe what you think. And so we're going to be talking about some of those different things today.
Yeah, we are. So it's good to be able to recognize your strengths and the good things and the things that are challenging when you're working in a partnership. It helps you to be better, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. And so partnership is a good thing. But at the same time, if you don't do it right, it's something that can be detrimental. It's something that can tear relationships apart.
For sure.
It's something that if you don't do it right, it's something that you set out to do a good thing. You had a good intention and it ended up, ripping you all the way up. And so we're going to talk about some of the different things that have helped us in our partnership and some of the challenges. And it's been real, man. Partnering with your spouse is not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, if it was easy, we wouldn't need to write the book.
Right.
Millionaire Marriages.
Yes.
Financial freedom is better together. We wouldn't have wrote this marriage book had it not been for the fact that it's hard. If it was easy, you don't need a book for easy. You can do easy. You don't need any training for easy. You don't need anybody to talk to you about easy. You just go in and do it. It's right. Like the whole book on tying your shoes. You don't need a tie your shoe book. You learn how to do it. You just do it from there on out. It's not a whole lot to it. Obviously, you can go on Pinterest and find 50 different ways to make your shoe look pretty. And there's some great ways to do it. But ultimately, some things happen because they're challenging and some things happen because there's a little bit more to it. And so for us, I wanted to work with Joy because me and Joy is friends.
Yeah.
And it's good to be able to work with your friend. I know for a lot of years, you work with people on a job, you don't pick none of them people. But how come we can't make this thing work together as us working together as
because you already picked them once.
Yeah, you already picked them once, but I didn't pick you in that context.
Right.
I think if I was hiring just for business only, I think about it, and I don't think I would have hired you. No, respectfully. If it was just a business relationship only, I wouldn't have picked Joy. Like I wouldn't have went through her resume and said, oh yeah, this is the one who's going to take me there. Or then after the first couple of interviews, I'd have asked a couple questions. All right. She wouldn't have passed the interview. It's not happening. Like she just wouldn't have got hired. And so then it's like, all right, well, now you want to work together because you love each other, because you're friends with each other. And now you in this relationship. But how do you then transition from a person who you wouldn't hire for a number of different reasons, and then to a person who you enjoy working with together?
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So, I mean, I agree. I think, choosing a partner in business and a partner in relationship, it's different. It can be different. And so just being able to identify those things and know your strengths and your weaknesses, it helps because then when you're in your partnership, you can work to your strengths. And so we're both strong in different areas. And so that's what helps our partnership work even better.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into it just a little bit. And I think that you'll get a chance to see a few things. One, partnership is always better.
Yes.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you're going to need to go together. And that's just a simple fact. And it's an irrefutable fact.
Yeah, for sure it is. So, whatever, so in a business partnership, there's more than one person,
Yep.
right? So you really are working together to to run a business. And so to be able to share the work, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this is just simply, what is a business partnership? And obviously there's a formal definition, but there's also the other definition of, we both do stuff and then we get to an end result together.
We do.
And we do our best to do it in unison. It's for a specific task. The issue that we deal with in a marriage partnership is that we're bigger than just the work task. Yes. And so whether the work task or whether the business opportunity works out right or not, we're still linked up together.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff in our marriage that we're going to have to work past and look through. Like I mentioned to you all earlier, I don't know if Joy would have joined my company, and I don't know if I'd have hired her. And then if she had a company, I don't know if I'd applied for the job. And if I had applied for the job, I don't think she would have hired me. I just if it was just based on the job.
Yeah.
So now you have to immediately then understand that your relationship together is so complicated and so complex and so many nuances to it that all the traditional job stuff goes out the window when we're dealing with each other in business.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, guess what? I'm not all the things that you want in that position.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I'm probably not the best at a lot of different things, but I'm your man, and you stuck with me. And so now being able to work with the things that make us special, and then also being able to cover each other's deficiencies. Yeah. It's like the fact is,
you gotta love through the challenges.
You gotta love through the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, what's an example of that you can share?
Loving through the challenges. So there are some things that I forget, and just being able to remembering those things that are just, I forget. And so even if it's things that are being told several different times or asked to do several different times, or something that is done consistently, for instance, we do admin fees for our tenants when we bring them on. Well, that's something that's important, and sometimes I forget. But it should be just part of the process. It's like if there was somebody that wasn't your mate, but just applied for the job and you're working, you would have system and process and implement those system and processes. Well, in a relationship, John, he gives me grace because he loves me, but I know that irritates him when I forget and I don't follow all the systems and processes to the T, because we made them for a reason. We made them for a purpose, for our business, so that it could flow. But if I don't follow that, then that kind of throws it off. But he gives me grace because he loves me. Because if it was anybody else, he probably, after so many times, you would be fired.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Is because
you lose the money.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so like, let's say somebody owe you some money, and then you just say, I forgot to collect it, and then you just like, well, where the money at? Oh, well, I forgot, and like, all right, well, now what I'm supposed to deal with that? And so we just go to sleep. You just act like it didn't happen. I feel like somebody done robbed me off this $300. I feel like somebody beat me over the head and stole it. You never let somebody knock on your door and tell you, give me $300. You call the police.
Right.
And you about ready to call the police on your spouse.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And so the thing is like having grace to know. And then I'll tell you for a fact, I know I'll be on 50 different things at once. And so like the second I get on one, I'll watch a podcast, read a book, and I'll be ready to start a whole business in 2 days. And then I'm coming to Joy like, hey, you would never go to your business team and you would go to them and say, hey, I got this new idea. It's going to triple your workload, and I'm going to completely ask you to change everything you've done.
Right.
And I'm going to give you limited training,
Yeah.
and I'm going to expect you to operate at a very high level within minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it and it's not 100% right, then you're abject failure. It's like you would never do that. You'd have no employees. You'd have no team. Stuff would just, it's a different dynamic. It just don't work like that. Mm-hmm. The only way it's going to work is by being realistic about some stuff. Yes. There's some stuff as a business person you would never do to somebody you was paying. Right. What's funny is if you paying somebody, you usually got more respect for them. We get so short with each other. Mm-hmm. And it's like, when it's time for business and we sitting here dealing with a personal thing, well, she might have forgot something personally, but she didn't forget a bunch of stuff in the business. You forget one thing. You always forgetting stuff. Well, what do you mean that got to do with in business? All right, I missed this one thing, but I got everything else. You would never come at your employee or somebody working on your team or your coworker and be like, man, you messed that up. You always forget stuff. That's what your problem is. And then before you know it, you would never ever talk to somebody you work with like that, one of your coworkers. You'd never do that. And so, but then when you're in a husband and wife relationship, somehow that all becomes okay. It's like, oh well, we can now. Oh, we so comfortable with each other that we get the best of each other during the good times, but we also get the worst of each other in the other times. Yeah. Well, so then it's like being able to realize that in the work context, like I'm going to make sure that I don't carry over personal stuff in here. That's on the negative side or on the side that's carrying over things that aren't healthy for the business. Right. But also I'm not going to carry the business stuff into the personal side because I don't want to be sitting here snuggled up with Joy in the middle of the night and she's smelling good. And then I'm sitting over here like, hey girl, where that $300 at? I'm like, dude, this ain't the time to be worried about this 300. Right. But if it's all on your mind, you got to let that go. Or you got to let, hey, she did something. Or if I say something, sometimes I'll say something and I don't know I messed it up good until she'll be completely shut down. And I'll be like, dang, I didn't say that right. I know I messed something up. And I have to start recapping in my mind, what did I say that was so rough? And she shows me a lot of grace all the time because I could be very direct at times, specifically when I'm dealing in business, just kind of cut to the point. And Joy she don't communicate like that. That's just not what she's doing. And no matter if she was working for somebody or not, you ain't about to talk to Joy any kind of way. She'll walk right up out of that butt. And so we got to be able to understand how to work with each other, the things we like, the things we don't like. It takes a lot of grace. It takes a lot of love. But partnership is absolutely fundamentally one of, if not the best thing of all time. Sure. We're going to share something with you all that's helped us out a lot. Yes. Tips for great partnership. Oh, yes. And these are our tips, and you can take a little screenshot of this. Hopefully it'll help you. But write out who's doing what in detail. Like literally write it down. Right. And so sometimes, like she talked about systems and processes. Well, we do so much stuff informally in our marriage. Yeah. Like in our marriage, you don't write down, okay, well, you take the kids this and I do this. And, you're going to, I do to clean the car and then you're going to fill it up with gas. And then I'm going to sweep the floor on Tuesday. But then, you don't write all that stuff down. But in business, you need to write down who's doing what. It's going to help you to be able to be very clear. So then it's not like you're the bad guy or the bad lady. If you're coming up and pointing something out, you're just the person who's looking at the sheet and reminding each other as opposed to fussing at each other.
Right. A shared calendar is so important.
Shared calendar. Yes. That's good. And now we leverage Apple, like we use Apple products. We got way too many Apple products. I ain't gonna lie. But, we both got Apple phones everywhere. Yeah. It's just, it's Apple sickness. Yeah. We are Apple sick in this house. No, yeah. And it's a lot. Okay, yeah. but we share calendars, and so we can see each other's calendars. All our Gmails have calendars. It's color coded. At one button, I can see where Joy is. Joy can see where I am, what I'm doing, what we're thinking about, and that helps us both out a lot. Yes. And so having a shared calendar, if we're gonna be partners as a couple, we really got to be tight on the communication and tight around time. This is probably one of the biggest hacks is having a shared calendar.
Yeah, because that way you don't double book.
Don't double book. You know how frustrating
Double
that is to be
committed.
double
Oh, my
committed,
goodness.
and then it's like you got all these commitments, and then people asking you for stuff, and you want to give them an answer, or I want to schedule a meeting, then I gotta make an extra phone call. It feels like a hassle.
Right.
So to avoid that, being able to have a shared calendar and then putting all your appointments on it is a really, really super big deal. Yeah. And then after that,
so like you already said, share email addresses as well. So important, because especially when you're working with documentations of if you need to find leases, if you need to find HUD statements for properties, I mean, like all that, being able to access it at any point, at any time for your business, so both of you all can have access to it, is important.
And I'm telling y'all, that's some sauce. And it's like not having separate emails, and then so keeping your emails separate. So like us, we have a few different LLCs that we have worked, and we had some other businesses that we opened. So we keep all our business emails where we both have access to them, but we keep each business email, all the emails going separately to each one of those.
Yes.
So when it's time for her to answer something, me to answer something, we're both looking at the same thing. And then if I miss something, she sees it. She'll be like, "Did you see such and such?" I'll be like, "Nah, I missed it." And then I'll remind her, and it helps us to be able to stay on point when we both share our emails and look all in it. So you can't be all secretive and stuff like this.
Oh, give some job titles. Give actual job titles. Like, who's the property manager? Who's the maintenance guy? Who does the acquisitions? Like, that's important, because then it kind of gives you the go-to person in that area. So you're the one that's immersed in that when you actually have that title, to be able to be more informed about it.
If we're in business together, and I'm the one who's leading the sales team, but she's the one who's leading the operational team, well, great. All right. Well, we need to have some leaders. So I'm the sales administrator. You're the owner of the business. This is one of the best part about owning the business. Whenever you want a title, you can just drop one on yourself. You want to feel good that day, you would be the CEO. Then you say, "Hey, I feel like I want to be more technical. I'm the chief technology officer today."
Oh my goodness.
And you want to be chief of something development.
Oh, remember you gave yourself, you was acquisitions
I'm still
director,
the acquisitions manager.
Acquisitions manager.
I'm the acquisitions manager. I love it. And so you get to be whatever, and when you put on your business card, and it's good. And I really enjoy that part about being a business. So it'll take all the desire about that stuff, but it helps so you know what you're focusing on together.
Yeah. And even sharing contacts and your contact list, like being able to have all the same people to know if who is going to wear what, who like contractor went to where, or plumber or electrician, being able to have all those contacts together so that you both can communicate. So like putting you all on one text message so that whatever was said, you both can see it. So there's no confusion about what was supposed to be done or what was said, so that it can be communicated effectively.
That's good. That's good. I would say with most of our business, most of the text messages, at least half of the messages we receive, we both are copied on it, whether it's for me or not. And then so people are basically trained when they're sending something to me, it's to both of us. And so that keeps her informed, it keeps me. And so we have some things that we do separately just because it's just easier. But there's other things that we absolutely and fundamentally make sure that we do together. Very, very important. All right, let's keep going. Let's see
what else we got. Actively listening to understand. That's a good one.
And so actively listening, I would say, here's the last one I think we'll leave you with. The whole list is important, but shared learning. And that's one thing that's really been a nugget for us, is start consuming all the same information as partners. So as opposed to her going and taking some seminars and me taking some separate seminars or reading separate books, we read the same books. We go to the same seminars. People always wonder why me and Joy always on the same page about stuff. It's because, sometimes she's slowing down, so I can go at the same pace as her. I'm slowing down, so she can go at the same pace, but we're going and consuming all the same information. And we've been doing it for so many years that our normal is to go to conferences and go to seminars and sit in classes. We won't even, it almost don't even make sense for me to sit through something and she's not sitting through it. Or for her to sit something, then she'll come back and want to give me the nickel version of it. But like when we sit through it together and we agree on something, like, we just one idea away from blowing up. Like, I mean, going to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah.
But the idea has to come to both of us, or else the weight of the responsibility of the thought ends up being on one person, and that's not partnership.
No, it's not,
because it's too much pressure, it's too much anxiety. It's like a you and not me. It's not a us. So when we share information and share what we consume, that probably that along with sharing our calendars and sharing our emails is probably the secret sauce that keeps us on the same page, keeps us consuming the same information, new information, and all this stuff is helping. But does that keep us away from some of the hardships of the moment and some of the challenges of the personality side of things and the communication? Nah, man, you know, but
because we still people.
We still people. Do we get offended? Yeah. But you're able, when you have certain things in place, it don't get as bad. And so, I might be shocked by something, but it don't get as bad. It's not as often. It's not a pattern. It's not something that's building up. We have regular meetings. We're talking about business. We're talking about the stuff we're working on together. These things help so that when things do happen and I am feeling some type of way or she's feeling some type of way, that we have an outlet for it.
Absolutely.
And so pitfalls are going to happen. There's going to be challenging situations, and it's not if they're going to happen, it's when they happen. And then what are you prepared to do about it? So those are a few things that have helped us. We, I believe, have a great partnership, and many of you want to be in partnership with your spouse. And so if so, and specifically in real estate, come holler at us. You know, we would love to be part of your real estate journey. And so hit us up 502-632-3005. You can text a member of our team, we'll get back with you. Or you can go to coachjohnandjoy.com. But the real deal is partnerships are important, especially when you partner with somebody who you love, you care about. You know, there's nothing better than it. It makes work don't even feel like a thing. It's like you look forward to waking up to be with somebody you care about. And then you get so many moments where it stops being business. The results of the business, you don't care what's in your bank account. You don't care none of that. You just thankful that you get to work with the person who you love so much. And so I hope that you all get to work with the one you love. And I hope that not only that, but that you prosper abundantly as you're working together, as you're growing together, that your relationship prosper, your finances prosper, and that you prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. So we know that no matter what, it's always better together. All right, blessings, family. We'll see y'all next time.